Welcome to the MFR Coaches podcast, where we talk about how you can create a six-figure MFR practice. I'm your host, Heather Hommel. Not only have I been practicing MFR for 11 years, I'm also a life and business coach, especially for MFR therapists. My goal is for you to understand how to get fully booked, how to talk to your clients, and how to make sure they understand what's possible for them with MFR treatment. I'm here to help you stop under-earning, overworking, and burning out. I'll lend support so you can create the MFR practice you've always wanted. Learn how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town, and even if you're just starting out, and even if you've ran your practice for years. Let's go. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the MFR Coaches podcast, where we talk about how you can have the business you've always wanted, as long as it's one that makes you money on purpose and feels easy, right? Let's have that be the business that you want. Today, we're going to talk about common objections to investing in coaching and investing in MFR. I think it's really important to understand what your own objections are. When you can see your own objections, it's also super helpful because then you can spot them in your own clients. And when you can see those objections, what's keeping your client from getting treatment from you, you can learn how to overcome those objections. But you have to know what they are and you have to know how to spot them. So objections are very normal and they come up. Your clients are going to have them. My clients have them too. And I want to share with you the objections that I'm seeing with my program, right? Objections to coming into the offer that I sell. Because my clients are so generous. They were generous enough to work with me throughout today and share their objections with me. I'm also going to share them with you. When they shared those with me, they were also nice enough to share with me how they overcame the objections and what happened for them when they did. And I felt like this was such interesting data and information. I couldn't wait to share it with you all. So if you are listening and this resonates for you, great. Use this episode to find objections, find your own objections, and also use it to start to see where your clients have objections to getting MFR. What you think it might be might not be the actual case, and what it actually is might surprise you. It might also surprise you how close you are to getting everything you want for your business. It might also surprise you at how close your own clients are to the way I want you to opt into life-changing business care. So let's do this. Let's talk about objections. Okay, objection number one, fear of not making enough money. Let's discuss the mindset shift from scarcity to possibility. When you are in scarcity, it is super hard to see what is possible, let alone to think that it's possible for you. Not having enough sucks. And when we see ourselves in that place, it can be very difficult to imagine anything different, let alone imagining a different life experience. No one wants to risk their livelihood. We push away the very thing that could create more than enough for us out of fear. Anyone ever had that happen with a patient who was really close to coming back for treatment, but they had a fear that they would spend the money and still be in pain? I know it's so painful to watch that happen. It's so painful. One of my clients shared this with me. My biggest objection was thinking that I could never make the amount of money I made in my regular job. I just didn't think it was possible. At one point, though, I made over $8,000 in just 1 month, and I was blown away. I also thought I would have to work super hard to make money, and it turns out that I can work less physically and take care of myself. Who knew? And then she said, you did, which she's right. I did. I knew that's how it worked. Otherwise, I wouldn't be offering this. The program I've created helps you MFR therapists to identify what is working and what isn't working in your business. Or if you haven't left your job yet, it helps you map out the exact way to leave and make more money while working less hours. It works because it's math without the drama. I help you to delete all the drama so you can get the clear path to having the business that you want. You don't build someone else's business, you build your unique business, one where you work the hours that you want to work. And I know it seems crazy, but so many MFR therapists are doing this exact thing. And I want you to start thinking about how you can do it too, even while you're a little bit scared. Okay, objection number two, the cost of the program. I want you to think about this way of thinking, okay? This is the old way of thinking. $3,000 is too expensive. Here's a new way of thinking. $3,000 teaches me how to consistently make more money. So I'm going to spend money to make more money. Imagine you have a tool that guarantees you'll make an extra $3,000 or even $10,000 this year. Would you buy it? That's what Foundations is. Instead of seeing the price as money lost, see it as the roadmap to filling your schedule with paying clients, the confidence to charge what MFR is worth, the systems that make your business run without you overworking. Most therapists make their money back in 90 days or less, and after that, everything else is pure profit. So the real question isn't, can I afford this? It's, can I afford to keep struggling, right? Here's a story of someone who was hesitant, but also saw a return quickly. My biggest objection was the cost. I was just beginning to work as a contractor, having left my six-figure real job the year prior. I had no clue what I was doing. I was almost out of savings and I didn't want to spend the money. Then I realized I was 100% willing to invest in my education for the skills to help people, courses, travel, etc., but not the skills to let all those people know that I can help them and where to find me and have a successful business, so I could continue using all of my education investments. It felt incongruous, and having been guided to listen to the MFR Coaches podcast by a colleague and being inspired by both of these incredible women who are putting themselves out there, I took the leap and I have zero regrets. I'm grateful, actually. That's such a nice share. I like how this client pointed out how much they had invested in their training and in seminars easily, but they hesitated in investing into the skills that would help them actually make money from those investments, right? Another client said, I was stuck on the price, never realizing how quickly the investment would pay for itself. But she has now because she's joined. And another client said this, because of your program, I have so many tools and have learned so much and have the support around any fear that comes up. I can now make financial decisions on my own and feel confident about it. And here is another story. I could not see how I could ever be someone who would spend $3,000 on coaching. It was so not safe for me to consider spending this money, as I wasn't really earning anything at the time. I tried different, safer coaching for a year, and I spent $2,000 on it. When I first knew of you, though, through the podcast, this was in the days of one-on-one coaching, I was convinced that there was no way I could afford your one-on-one coaching. And I didn't even reach out to find out the cost. But that other program I did was too weak for me. The safety was not getting me out of my comfort zone, and it was supporting me staying in limitation mindset. So that didn't work. I kept listening to your podcast, and I desperately wanted to be an MFR therapist. The only thing happening in my practice was a whole lot of nothing. Nothing was moving. I wasn't making decisions or taking action. I was actually scared to think bigger and outside the box, but I was getting increasingly uncomfortable in my inaction. So I did your Raise Your Rate bootcamp in June of 2022, and I thought to myself, maybe if she's really good, maybe I'll join coaching. During that week, I completely resonated with the way you coached. I knew about Byron Katie's The Work and the 4 questions that the model is based on. The model is a huge improvement on it. The coaching process in Raise Your Rate Bootcamp spoke to me because we were looking at the thoughts and emotions behind our actions and inactions. It wasn't just some dry blueprint and business steps to take, because if that approach was going to work for me, it would have worked already. I needed something real. Imagine all the things that you already easily spend money on. I know the thought is probably, I've never spent this much money before, but look for all the places that you actually have spent that much money. How much does each seminar cost you in time, time off, travel, meals, tuition, hotel stays? It adds up. Now think about this objection for your clients. They probably aren't used to spending money on themselves, especially hard for women, right? They can't imagine buying a package and putting their needs first. Does anything sound familiar in that objection? If it does, I want you to go deep into that and think about all of the objections you have about spending money, because these are coming up for your clients too. And if you can't overcome it for yourself, you're not going to be able to walk your client through overcoming it either. And you're going to miss out on them being your client and they're going to miss out on the results that they could get from working with you. And it's a lose-lose situation all the time, right? People get uncomfortable dealing with objections, so they ignore them and they hope that it will go away. They just hope the client will figure it out. But when you can do this heavy lifting for the client, it helps them so much to get to their result faster. Attention, myofascial release therapists. If you're tired of waiting for clients to find you and want to take control of your business success, now is the time. The Foundations program is officially open for enrollment February 24th, and I'm inviting you to join me inside. Inside Foundations, I teach you how to create demand for MFR without feeling salesy or awkward, how to get fully booked on purpose and with purpose, and how to stop waiting and start making sure people know who you are and what myofascial release is. This program gives you everything you need to build a thriving, sustainable practice. And to make it even better, if you join by March 7th, you'll get a free one-on-one coaching call with me, a $500 value. So we can dive deep into your business and get you on the fast track to success. Don't miss this opportunity to change the trajectory of your practice. Doors open February 24th. Mark your calendar and be ready. Join us today by going to www.themfrcoach.com/foundation to sign up. And if you have any hesitation at all, go to that same link, www.themfrcoach.com/foundation, for information on how you can book a private sales call with me to get your questions answered. I'll see you there. All right, let's talk about objection number 3, not having enough time. No one has time to waste. Coaching in my program helps you see where time is being wasted so you can put an end to that by focusing on real problems, not made up ones, not hypothetical ones, not ones that you're going to have a year from now. Like, you're going to focus on the current problems that you have. And I also help you leave your job. And when you aren't working in multiple places outside of your own business, you get back a lot of time. I want you to hear from a client who had this objection. They actually had a couple of objections, so listen for them, okay? Mine at first was just feeling okay with investing the money because I was also putting money into startup costs and working part-time at a clinic too. I felt like I wouldn't have the time to make the investment worthwhile. Well, after calculating it all out, I realized that it was so worth it and actually very reasonable. I joined because I was ready to say goodbye to the clinic job ASAP and wanted to connect with a group of MFR-specific therapists, as well as be coached from someone who fully understands what we do. A month in and already made back my investment, and I'm learning so much and also gaining confidence as a business owner. It has been incredible to be coached by someone who gets exactly what we do, as well as be in a community of professionals who understand it without me having to give my constant elevator speech. Yes, and that saves time too, right? When you don't have to explain the uniqueness of what it is that you do or why this is happening to you, you save time and you get your needs met quicker. I already get it. I already understand. I had an MFR business for 12 years. All right, let's talk about objection number 4. I should already know this. Such an interesting objection. Should you already know all this business stuff? Let's talk about experienced therapists who believe they don't need coaching. Here's an example. My business was up and running. I had a website and profiles on social media, and I was knee-deep in networking. I was already fully booked weeks out, but wasn't making enough to think I could afford your coaching. I balked at the idea that I needed help creating the business, but I knew I needed help raising my rate. When I saw that someone I knew was getting coached by you and was charging a higher rate than me, it lit a fire under my butt. Little did I know I needed help on all sorts of other business-related things too. I really didn't have any sort of handle on what my actual numbers were and was operating in a fearful fog. This program helps you work on your business, not just in it. So no matter where you are at, like 20 years in or you've never opened, you have things you can implement to improve your experience and improve your results. You're going to save time, you're going to save money, and you will also help so many more people better because you have the brain space and the capacity to make more and better offers to people who come to you for care. You won't be bogged down in the drama of a dysfunctional business, and you'll know what problem you have and exactly how to fix it, which really helps to lessen the overwhelm and lessen the craziness and the chaos that happens when you think you have to solve 20 problems at once. One problem at a time. It's easy. It's bite-sized and you can do it, even if you've been in business for a long time. All right, objection number 5, fear of facing finances. I mean, who here loves to look at their numbers, right? Many therapists avoid looking at their numbers out of fear of it being worse than they can imagine, fear that they'll have to change, all the things, right? Imagine what you're afraid of right now when you think about going and looking at all your bank accounts. Coaching provides support, clarity, and the confidence to make financial decisions. I've actually helped therapists save thousands of dollars, helping one client save $500,000 by not investing in a business and instead investing in her business. She thought she needed to start another business to make more money when she only needed to get her MFR business working for her so she could work less and play more and make more money. One of my clients said this, I know that the investment pays for itself, but I didn't understand how that worked because I was so scared of looking at my finances. It really was a fight or flight thing for me. Now, because of your program, I have so many tools and have learned so much and have the support around any fear that comes up. I can now make financial decisions on my own and feel confident about it. And this is really typical. Of course, you don't understand at first. That's okay. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to really know anything about business to be successful in this program and to create a fully booked MFR practice with ease. I made it that way on purpose. I want it to be so easy that you only have to want for it to work and do the steps to make it work. You don't get in here and then decide you don't know how to do it, because you will know how to do it. And if you don't, you'll ask questions and get support. All right, so let's talk about the things I want you to take away from this episode. You don't have to work harder to make more. When you invest in coaching, you quickly pay it off and you quickly earn more money. Coaching gives you clarity and confidence. And I want to invite you to join me for my free masterclass that I'm teaching on February 24th at 2 p.m. Central. It's called How to Raise Your Rate in 2025 Without Losing All Your Clients. Because I know every time I talk about raising rates, all you guys think about is losing every single client, right? You can sign up for free by going to www.themfrcoach.com/rates. We will send out a replay to everyone who registers. And after the class, we're opening up enrollment into Foundations, which is my 12-month coaching program. And we're offering for the first time ever a really special, never offered before bonus. Do you guys want to hear what it is? Okay. You know I'm bad at keeping secrets, so I'm just going to tell you. For those who enroll after the webinar and during the enrollment period, you are going to get a 1-hour one-on-one call with me for free. This call is worth over $500 and is something I don't do anymore, especially not for free. So I want you to take advantage of this amazing opportunity and enroll in Foundations and take that one-on-one meeting with me. During the call, we will diagnose the pain point in your business, and I will create a custom treatment plan for you while we're on the call. Then you'll go to work inside the program knowing exactly what to work on and exactly what to work on later. I'm looking forward to this so much, and I am very excited to meet with you all individually. It's going to be a blast. So make sure you register for the masterclass at www.themfrcoach.com/rates. And I will see you there. But before we go, make sure you tell a friend about this class and about the one-on-one call special when they enroll. Please like and share my posts about this on social media and forward the emails to an MFR friend or colleague of yours. Every MFR therapist needs this information and needs to join this program with the same kind of urgency that we want our clients to get MFR. So get into coaching and let's do this. I will see you there. And I'll see you next week on another episode of the MFR Coaches Podcast. Have a great week. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a minute and rate and review the podcast. I appreciate it. For more information, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The MFR Coach. And check out my website, www.themfrcoach.com for more information. If you are currently not working 20 hours or less and making 6 figures in your MFR business, I want to help you change that. Make sure you tune into the show and get on my email list so you never miss out on important trainings and information. To be the first to find out when we are enrolling next for my 12-month Business Foundations coaching program, get on that email list at www.themfrcoach.com/join. Inside this program, you'll learn how to raise your rate, overcome objections, and sell MFR. You'll become the MFR therapist that never under-earns and never burns out. It's up to us to make MFR mainstream, and it starts with you and your successful MFR practice. See you next week.